All right, I'm in super Twitch mode already. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Joe Gets Twitchy. Oh my gosh, what a battle! I apologize to everybody out there. I had a cool intro set up, and maybe once it loads here, it'll play, but it's just not loading up. So I don't know what the hell is going on, but anyway, welcome to the show. I see we've got a good cast of characters all here. Mr. Regine, worth the wait. Thank you, sir. Yay. Hey, yo. Hi, the gang is all here. Yeah, good evening, Mr. Richard White. Welcome, and I hope you all enjoy. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about a lot of things, but we want Joe. I'm here. We want Joe now. Yay! Woo! Too many intros. Let's do this. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, my friend. Hello. All right. Welcome, everybody. So, truly, I asked a poll question, or I asked a question earlier in the group, Going to Now Think Tank group. If you aren't a member of the group, you should go get on that and be a member. It's a cool group. We're doing a lot of cool things there, talking a lot of stuff. But I was asking a question in the group about how, basically how things, are going for you promotions wise and marketing wise and all that jazz and all that wonderful stuff. And truly and honestly, I got some really diverse answers, some interesting answers, some answers that I was expecting, some I wasn't. And it was just interesting to me because the subject of fame came up. And it was the idea of, that you have to do this to get this, or you're waiting for this to happen to have this happen. And if you had seen my cool intro, you would have seen that one of the things that happened to me a a while back in uh, I don't know, probably about 22 years ago now, in meeting a famous person and talking to them about fame and everything. And the one thing that really struck me that I find interesting is how there's this expectation, right? That fame comes randomly, that it comes with this idea that you just get lucky at the right moment at the right time and things happen, and then it just all blows up, and that's how this works. And that's not how the majority of the world gets famous. There are people who are born in it, there are people who are do get lucky. I mean, there is some luck at that and in that idea, but truly, honestly, even to maintain that level, to get to that idea, there's a lot of work involved in it. Believe it or not, there is some kind of effort you're going to have to put into it. And yeah, it really struck me in creating for TikTok that this is an idea, right? Because what people don't seem to get is that those making those videos is not an easy thing. It's not you just make a video and it's there, and then all of a sudden you get famous and go viral and everything like that. You design it, you think about it, you approach it with with an element of production behind it, and that's where it becomes, and you find a niche and you ride that niche, and then yeah, maybe it gets a little easier because you're doing it all the time, but you do have to put in the work. And there was a couple real strong examples of direct you know ideas that this was going to get you somewhere, right? And I'm not going to call anybody out. I'm not going to talk about what was said on the post. You can go read those for yourself and figure what I'm talking about out. But the idea was that oh, this, if I meet this person, this is going to change my life, or if I go on this show, it's going to change my life, or this or that. And the truth of the matter is I think a lot of people are scared of that idea. I think that it's all well and good to say that because it becomes your out. It becomes your excuse for not doing what you need to do or doing what you like. Doing not doing what you don't like. And not working for it. You figure you're just going to get there, and that's just the way it works, and that's not the way it works. And so the idea is that uh, you're going to be on the show and all of a sudden things are going to change for you. That's not it. You've still got to be interesting. You still got to talk. You still got to plan to be there. And I think a lot of people use that as a crutch. They use that as an excuse. They don't want to actually do that. They don't actually want to be famous because they wouldn't know what to do if they were. And that's the thing about fame that is very leveling. It levels the playing field really fast because there's the 15 minutes of fame, there's the fleeting fame, there's the people who sustain fame, there's the people who can't handle fame, there's the people who handle it pretty well. All those things factor into, and you don't know how you're going to be until you're in that moment. That's the only way you'll ever discover how. You won't know that how which one you're going to be, if you do get to that level, and how you handle it, right? And some people are afraid of how they might handle it. Some people are afraid of getting there, and I think that's part of this, right? So the idea behind what I was asking a little bit was, the thing about it is you have to know what you're going for. You have to have a direction. You have to have a thought. You have to have a goal. Whether you're flying by the seat of your pants, or whether you're planning every moment of every minute of your life out, or you've got 5-year goals, 1-year goals, week goals, daily goals, whatever the case may be, if you're thinking about it, you're putting that into the atmosphere. You're putting that into the universe. Motion creates motion. It is all about momentum. And that's how you get to understanding where you're at, right? I am As this grows and as I get to certain places and things like that, I'm always evaluating how I'm dealing with things, right? And how I'm handling it. And I've not always done it right. I've not always been good at it. I've had moments, and I've had to step back and look at myself and go, okay, you know, you handled that very poorly. You handled that badly. What did we do right? What did we do wrong? And I'm always evaluating and self evaluating because I feel like you know, the moment that it all happens, like where I I set my goal and where I have my dream board and all of that, and I get to that level, you know, I have to really think about, the steps that I'm taking there, and then being able to hold that, to sustain it, because that's the next step, right? There's always a next step too. It's never okay. I'm famous. I can just relax and not do anything ever again. That's not the case. Even being filthy rich, there's expectations put on you. There's things that you do and things that you don't do, and you know the thing about it is, right, Ben Affleck famously said in Boiler Room, people who tell you that, uh, money is the root of all evil don't fucking have any, right? But it's it, it's more than that. It really is. And you know, I want to be a good person. I want to do good things. I want to put things out there in the universe that I believe in and I think about. And I want to think that there's other people like me out there, and I've run into them. I think I've found a good tribe. I think I've found a good people. Case in point, the people that are here tonight. I've really grown to admire and thank them for really changing my life and making my life better. And I hope someday that I can ever repay that. I don't know that I will ever repay that debt, but I will try. And that's my motivation. That's my goal. But look, whatever goal you have, whatever thought you have about, uh, you know, uh, anything that you want to, achieve, whether it's to be uber famous or uber rich or to have this or have that or to do this or do that, you still have to give the steps a chance. You've got to make it work. You've got to do the work. And, it is super, super important that you understand that doing the work is the idea behind where you're going to go. Because if you don't do the work, that's when I'm afraid for you. That's when I feel like, look, you want to be on this show, you want to meet this person. Well, let's find ways to get you there. Let's work this out. Let's put it together. And I'm willing to help. It's not my goal. If you want some help, if you need some help, I'm willing to give you suggestions, willing to help you out. I don't know that I have the right answers either. I don't, I've never met some of the people that you're trying to deal with and everything, but I'm willing to help. But I'm only willing to help so much. You have to put in some effort as well. And that, so think about that and think about the idea of, what you want, really what you want, and put it out there. I, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not, uh, Katie likes that famous saying that, 10, it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. I've heard her say that a few times. And yeah, there's some relative truth to that. It may not be 10 years. There may be different time frames for different people, but there is really some rooted truth in all of that, and it's doing the work, right? So put your, you know, I'm I'm certainly thinking about it, and it's funny that TikTok has got me thinking about it that way. That was pretty interesting. I never thought that would ever come from doing TikTok videos, that I would think about this a lot more than I already do, and I do think about it, but when I realized how much work it was to put a TikTok video together and to do the things you need to do for it, it's another job on top of another job, right? I mean, yeah, I always say, if I always time is my enemy. If I had more time, I could do this or do that. Well, I've had moments where I've had time and I haven't done those things. I haven't lived up to that expectation of my own self. And so I think that is something that I had to work on and had to think about. And you get to a point where you work so hard, you fight, and sometimes it doesn't end up the way you want it to, or it doesn't work out, or doesn't equate to how you thought it would if you did these things, if you made this effort, if you did this right. And that's what a lot of us struggle with, especially indies, because we're always constantly battling from the very bottom to get just to the middle, or just to get to the next run on the bottom. And that's tough. It's not for everybody, and not everybody can take it. And that's another reason why you should be patting yourself on the back and not beating yourself up so much, is that, look, you're fighting from the bottom. You can get there. You can get up, up and up, but you have to have patience. You have to have perseverance. You have to have all the things that you need. You have to do the work. You have to, I mean, it all comes together as right. And that's, I'm 5 years into this, and I've seen growth. I've seen things happen. I have some things going on, and some things are really starting to make connections and make things happen. And I'm real excited about all of that. And ultimately, I do think that I am on the right track of where I wanted to go. What I saw myself at 5 years with, I am very, very close to that. And so I had realistic expectations. I understood, because I've been through some of these things, that I've seen some of this fame stuff and on all that. So I was really ready to figure out how much this was going to take, and how long it was going to take, and how much effort it was going to take. And it destroyed my marriage, really did. I mean, it was the thing I decided on, right? I decided that I was going to take this on, and if I was going to do it, I was going to do it the whole way, and take it on to the nth degree, to my plan. And that's what happens. Sacrifices are made, and you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs, right? So, and that's a cruel and weirdly, probably diabolical and stupid way of looking at it, but you know, it is what it is. I didn't have intention for that to happen. In fact, most people who know me know that I tried hard to save it and make it work, and in a fleeting effort that even I knew was fleeting. But again, that's personal, and you don't need to hear all about that. Most of you have already heard all about that anyway. But yeah, so look, all I'm saying is, if you want this, if you really want this, you can get it. You can. There's nothing stopping you. Okay, you're the only thing stopping you, and so you've got to do it. If you want it, put it out there in the universe and make it happen. You know. So look, there you go. All right. Anyway, uh, I'll get off that soapbox onto the next, and I'm going to talk a little bit about something I've been noticing a lot lately, because stupid Facebook and their algorithms have been throwing ads at me left and right, and crazily. I mean, every other thing is an ad for a virtual con, and that's my own. That's probably, they gather what I like, and it's kind of that thing where they figured out what it is that I'm doing on Facebook, and so they send me all that stuff, right? And I get ads. Well, the ads are a little disturbing, and I'll tell you why in just a second. It's really interesting to me that there's a certain way that people are putting out ads because they think that it's going to generate more traffic and generate more buzz, or it's going to get seen more, and they're using keywords and things like that. And what they don't realize is that I can see those. I can see what you're doing, and I can see how you're doing it, and that's disturbing because you're promoting diversity at a lot of these virtual events are promoting diversity, own voices. It's a real big thing, and it should be a real big thing. And you know, they really should be promoting that instead of using that. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to call anybody out again. I don't need to. You've probably seen it for yourself. But the photos that they're using of the people that they're inviting, all these keynote speakers, right? And there's a big tag on one of them, went right across the thing, said diversity in publishing. This virtual con is going to cover a diverse group, and we're excited about it. It says it in the little blurb there, right? And they use hashtag diversity, hashtag own voices. You know, you have to realize if you're going to use those hashtags, people are going to see those. And then you don't when you put a picture out and you have diversity, get some diverse authors, get some own voice authors, and you might have them. You might be using models for these pictures, I don't know, but do not, if you're putting out an ad about diversity, do not put my face, a white middle class male, on there and speak about diversity. This one ad had two white males and a white female, and an African American female, and that was it. That was their ad. And then here are the authors that are going to be here, and we're really diverse. Yeah, you're really talking about diversity. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, sure. I just I think this goes along with the fame conversation a little bit. And it's like, if you use the right hashtag at the right time, at the right moment with this equation and that equation, and you do this, you say these keywords and this thing, and you target this audience and this thing, you're going to get viral. You're going to get, your click per ad rate is going to go down. And maybe that's so. Maybe that is true because you're using a mathematical equation. But don't you think people see those things? I think people are a lot. I mean, okay, I'm not going to say that, but those things get seen and they get annoying. And when they start to happen over and over again, they get really easy to spot, and they get really easy to make fun of, and not make fun of, that's the wrong term, but really easy to just go, okay, you don't really have this, right? And you might have it. That's the thing, right? You might have it. Like I know of a writers conference that is promoting diversity, that is really promoting diversity. There's a few out there, and own voices, Slam Dance being one of those, and I'll talk about Slam Dance in a moment. But I know that, but they're not using their ads in that respect. And maybe that sucks because these places should be seen more and they should be heard about more. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring about more of those for you guys so you can actually go to one that has diversity. And again, these conferences that are doing the ads, who they may have hired an ad machine or an ad agency to do the ads. So, but at the same token, you got to take responsibility a little bit for that, right? If you're hiring somebody and they're doing something shady just to do it, you're not benefiting from that. I guarantee you're not going to benefit that. If anything, you're going to get backlash more than anything. Dr. Seuss is being called out right now. So, it's just, there is so much going on with people speaking up, and that's so great. And it's also a double-edged sword. So you have to, if you're going to do stuff like that, I'm just not going to be interested, and I'm gonna champion the ones that do it right. Even if I'm the only one speaking about it, I don't care. I hope that you all appreciate that, and that we can do that together. But we need our community to really, I think, step up a little bit in that respect, because there's a lot of good things happening. There's a lot of great things out there, and I'm trying to put them all out there. But it's I have I have things going on too, and I'm trying to run my network as well. And but I will, as much as I can, put that out there for everybody to take a look at, and hopefully that happens, and we go out there and we promote these things, and because these things need to be promoted a lot better and a lot more. And maybe we'll teach Facebook a thing or two. Maybe well, maybe not, probably not. I mean, they just think it's math, and they're kind of right. I mean, we're all falling into that trap. I fall into it. I use hashtags and things of that nature, uh, and I'm trying to look for it, but I'm looking for the right ones. I'm not trying to just do it to do it. I'm not going to put on my, I'm not going to put a hashtag on my Twitter that says, International Women's Day when when I have a one-on-one conversation with a man. I mean, that's wrong. I just don't find that anything beneficial for me. Yeah, maybe it'll get more people's eyeballs on that tweet, or they may click on it, but they're going to click on it and I'm going to get backlash for that. Why would I do that to myself? That's just not smart. No matter how many extra clicks it might get me, I would rather get the right clicks than the more clicks. That's how I've always looked at things. That's always how I've approached it, right? I think engagement is so important to what I'm doing, and I just want people to enjoy what I'm doing and engage with me. And you know, I just feel like we're all looking for that moment to change everything and turn it all around, but we're not thinking about the big picture, and that happens. I mean, it happens, and we're all doing it. But look, so if you see them, you see what I'm talking about. If you have seen them, you know, maybe we need to call them out. I don't know. I don't feel like that's necessary. I feel like they're going to crash and burn on their own. I think whatever. Again, I'm not a watchdog. I'm not out there to destroy anything or put myself in the firing lines. I mean, but I'm just saying I notice. So, anyway, uh I mean, we'll call out injustices and things that are affecting all of us, but like that terrible thing called Audible. But you know, it's it's tough. It's tough when you see this stuff and you're trying to do the right thing. Um, let me go to some comments because I see some really good comments here, and I want to get in here too a little bit. It takes when you love the passion writing, expressing your story, you are rich enough that money is extra. Yeah, it takes the money to advertise to become successful, but for me, it's the love and the passion that makes me rich. Having friends like I have in the indie world is more than any dollar amount. Yeah, I mean that's all awesome. I really think that as well in some respects. Okay, fine, I'll get back to work. Thanks for the pep talk. Not right now. Stay and hang out with me. That was way more depressing than I expected. Sorry, I apologize. The ads are getting out of control. I have a built-in browser to block them all, and now they're getting past that security. Yeah, I mean, Facebook's going to figure that out. If you like it, you should put a ring on it. It's bad when it had the gate. Face it, Katie. Some people just want the engagement ring, real engagement. Yeah. But the problem is everyone's too self-involved to care about others. They only react to things that trigger them. Yeah. And look, I get that too. I understand that, but if you're not going to look at yourself and make yourself a better person, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's on you. I mean, that's what you get, you reap what you sow is all I'm going to say, and that's just the way it works. So, you know, I believe in that. And, you know, I'm just going to do what I need to do and do what I think is right. And part of that is helping people. And that's just how I believe. And I don't care if people think I'm gullible or think I'm this or that, or, I'm a pushover or this or whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to still do it. It's just the way it is. So, anyway, so, I think one of the places that did it right this year was Slam Dance. It ruled. It absolutely ruled. The 200 films that they picked, I couldn't believe the quality. I couldn't believe the excellence behind it. I couldn't believe the stories that were being told. I couldn't believe the diversity. I couldn't believe all the things that Slam Dance said they were going to do. They did, and they put it out there. And I don't know how they found these films or how these films found them, but it's really, really amazing. And so I just think now I'm getting I'm getting normal films being put out there on VOD and other film festival stuff, and I'm starting to see the quality just nosedive. And some of the films I've seen lately were what I feared was happening. That people that there's just so much content that needs to be filled right now, and they're grabbing onto anything stuff that they would probably have rejected 2 years ago. They're grabbing onto it, so it was really refreshing to see Slamdance not have that problem. But will it have that problem next year? Is my concern. And again, I thought that last year too. I said, well, they had that problem this year, and they didn't. So they were able to overcome that problem, and I think there's something to be said by uh, you know, just the way that in the manner in which they approach things. And so again, approaching things the right way is help them. Uh, Look, I'm going to promote films whether they're good or bad because look, making a film. Look, I'm the guy who's made probably the worst films nobody's ever going to see. Ed Wood's rolling over in his grave. That's how bad my films are. But for people who don't know, Ed Wood was considered one of the worst directors ever to make a movie, which is just ridiculous because that's just a stupid nomenclature that doesn't need to exist. But making movies, making any art is tough. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of, and I respect that. I respect the idea that you went out and you did it and you made something happen. And I really, really feel like uh, that is something to be celebrated and something to be rewarded. And I think we can learn from all of that. And so that's why I put it out there. I know I know when some things are not of quality. I understand that not everything is going to be celebrated by everybody, and that you have tastes, and you have specific things you like and don't like. And sometimes, as the chat is so triggered right now, that triggers you as well. And so, I think, I think though the idea is that we could learn something from this, and so maybe we just need to do that. We need to get past the idea that it's good or bad and just enjoy what we're experiencing. And you might pick something up. You never know. uh, you know I get that everybody doesn't want to see a movie about butt boy, but or wonder what the hell that is. But it's truly, there was some things that I talked to with that director about that I thought were very, very fascinating and very interesting, and things that I took away from that conversation. So I think there is a marketplace for everything, but I also think that there is a opportunity in everything. So just believe that you know, just look at your viewing habits and what you're doing, and maybe you might find that there's some things you can watch and take a look at. Um, but the one thing I'm also noticing a lot is this threatening that we all go through, these moments where we go through and go, you know what? Facebook is just filled with ads, it's riddled with problems. So my solution is not to just try and beat the system. I'm just going to leave and not come back. And yeah, there's some people that need to do that. There's some people getting threatened and stalked and things like that, and that you have to do that. Uh, but for the people who just leave, you realize you're stunting your own growth, your momentum. And yes, I'm about to get back on a soapbox here. One of the reasons why I've sustained as long as I've sustained and I've grown and I've done what I've done is because I've stayed. Okay. I have tried other things. I've dabbled in this or that. I've moved here or there, but I've always stayed where I started because I knew ultimately that perseverance was part of the equation that you need to be successful. And so if you look at something and you doesn't work for you, that's fine. But if you feel like it was at one point you got a spark, it's like starting a fire, right? You keep sparking until the fire grows and grows and grows. But the only way you can do that is by keep on going, by keep on, trying to get a spark and light it. And so to everybody out there who's left Twitter, who's left, Facebook and left YouTube because of this or that, or this reason or that reason, or it's not working for you, or this, you know, that's your choice. But I'm telling you right now, you're making a mistake. If you have a plan, stay with the plan, write it out, make it happen. You know, I can't promise you fame and fortune and success because maybe you're making dog shit. I don't know, but and you just can't put lipstick on dog shit and make it look like something, right? So make it look pretty at least. But maybe your videos were bad at the beginning and they needed time to get better. I don't know. Maybe you didn't think about how you just kept posting the same thing over and over again, thinking that one of these times somebody's going to see it and it's going to work, right? Instead of trying something different with that. Maybe posting it at a different time, maybe posting it with a little less language in it, maybe posting it with some hashtags, maybe doing this or doing that. Try and get an idea of pivoting. Pivoting is important, right? So I just think if you want to do something, if you think that that's the road to success, you got to stay on the road. Don't go off the path. Don't give up. If you've walked 10 miles and all you see is weeds. Look, everybody goes through that. That's all part of this process. But if you set realistic expectations and goals and put that out there, I think you will find if you stay with it, if you persevere, you're going to benefit in the end and it's going to be well worth it. So I hope that you uh, look at what I'm doing and you see that I've grown, right? And I'm pushing forward and I'm moving forward and I'm doing things and things are starting to click now and things are starting to come together. And one thing led to another thing that is leading to another thing. And that's because I stayed the path. I walked the path and yeah, my feet are fucking tired. Yeah, I'm beat up and yeah, I have days where I don't feel like I'm doing it right or I have days where I look at this and go, why the fuck did this video not catch fire? Or why didn't this happen? Or, why, and why, and I'm just as guilty of that as anybody. And I have those days. And yeah, imposter syndrome or whatever you want to call it. I feel that. But I ultimately decided that this was what I was going to do. This is the path I was going to walk. So I'm just going to keep going. And, there's a destination to get to. And hopefully when I get there, I can kick off my feet a little bit. But I know that's not the case. I know I'm going to have to get up and probably do the dishes or something, wherever place I have to go to. But, metaphorically speaking, of course. Well, maybe there are dishes where I have to go to. I don't know. which I hope not, because I hate fucking dishes. But I hate doing dishes. That's like the one chore I really don't like. Um, but anyway, that being said, it's just, you know, I knew where I wanted to go, right? And where I had to be. And yeah, some people may look at it as this is not successful or this or that. And I really don't care what other people look at what I'm doing at. You know, I'm just doing what I think is right. And I think my shows ultimately have benefited from that. I think my ideas are getting better. My interview style is getting better. I'm getting better every time, and I'm learning. And I'm really really proud of everything I do. But I'm really starting to look at the quality of the shows I'm doing and looking at it and going, yeah, if I could have done this 2 years ago, but I need to learn. I need to learn things. I need to figure that out. And I think it's it's benefited me in doing that. So look, I'm not the pillar of success that you probably all are aiming for. I totally understand that. And my idea of success is not your idea of success, right? That's why I titled this show "Almost Famous," by the way. But because, never mind. But that's where I'm at, you know, and I think it's benefited me for doing that. So just think about that. Think about if you're struggling, if you feel like this is never going to work, think about changing it up, pivoting first. Don't just give up on it because it's harder to get it back than it is to build it up and stay there, right? It is. It's harder. It's going to be harder. Honestly, it is. It is a lot harder to build it back up because once you leave it, you've left a little bit of you behind it with it, and you'll never get that back. It's hard. So, you know, I yeah. Let's go back to the comments because yeah, I think I'm done with that round. I think I've ripped myself out of that one. All right. Wow. God, you guys are on fire tonight. Oh, well, holy crap. I have to scan all the way up to the top here. Holy crap. All right. I think I read that. Where did I leave off on these things here? Kindly accept my apology, please. Okay, what did you do, Litcon? I don't even know what you did. You started something, huh? Currently shopping for throwing knives on Etsy. Jesus, oh my God. If she skewers anyone, I'm blaming Litcon. I give you full permission to use my body in the next book. Okay. Don't apologize. Just duck. There will be blood. Probably mine. I'm clumsy. I warned you. Next show release the Zoe. Oh, don't do that, please. We'll throwing knives while feeling the love. What? I like sharp, pointy things. Oh, you probably all read this. You probably don't want me to go through all this. So, I agree. I tried to Moo. It's a nice platform. Or MeWe. Is that how you say it? MeWe? Yeah. I went Moo because Jason Mewes, But anyway, but it would have to take like 400 people that we all know to get there to make a difference. I love the mixed metaphor. I don't know which mixed metaphor I was doing. You can't tell me what to do. Don't kink shame me. Okay. On a side note, Joe, Almost Famous is a great film. Yes, it is. I agree. TikTok shares to other platforms. I'm just saying. All right. Yeah, I agree. I hate Facebook with a passion. I'm still there. One day I will stand over and step buddy. Yes, that's the spirit. That's the idea. Sorry, that was a squirrel moment. Okay, but boy, it's hilarious too. Uh, it wasn't as funny as you think it is. I will drink the blood of Facebook from its own skull. Yes, fuck yeah. I like the couple that has the rubber cast frying pan and she knocks them out daily. All right. They crack me up. All right, yeah, we've talked about that before. I also hate fucking dishes. It's cold and shaped wrong and breaks too easy. Yeah. My idea of success is ruling the world. Well, you'll get there. We'll all bow. I'm problem is I'm more peaky than brain. Okay. Well, are you pondering what I'm pondering, Katie? Peanut butter. All right. The mixed metaphor was lipstick on a turd. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm always thinking about peanut butter. All right. All right. I got through it all. All right. I wanted to give a couple shout outs here and then make a formal apology. Yes, I'm going to make a formal apology because I was wrong. And I'm not Fonzie. I can say that word. I was wrong. I was wrong. I know I just dated myself with that reference. Probably nobody understood it, but that's okay. Yeah, I was wrong, and I'll tell you all about that in a moment. But I wanted to give a shout out to the Angels, Heidi and James, celebrating their fifth wedding anniversary. Yes, I'm now becoming the anniversary celebrator out there. So Heidi and James, congratulations! It's really cool, and congratulations on all of that. Love is great if you can get it right. I also want to say happy anniversary, birthday. People are saying happy birthday, which I think is weird, but I guess that is true because it was birthed 5 years ago. But happy birthday to Creative Edge, I'd say happy anniversary, but happy anniversary to Creative Edge. 5 years, Mickey, you've built something, and that's great. Congratulations. All right, so and we're coming up on the 5 year anniversary of Go Indie Now. Actually, 6 year anniversary. No, 5 year anniversary of Go Indie Now. The very first show I produced debuted, I believe, on March 16th. I'll double check that. I think it was the day before St. Patrick's Day. Go Indie Now episode 1 debuted on that day, so I'm coming up on that. I just passed my 7 year anniversary, and actually we did this weirdly, but it worked out on the day that or close to the day that I actually published for the first time Amongst the Killing. We announced that I am getting it republished and reworked, so that's kind of interesting. I probably want to birthiversity. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that too. I just realized I had peanut butter on the screen the whole time, but hey, you all love peanut butter, so that's okay. But yeah, so I published Amongst the Killing in 2015, and so, gosh, feels like forever, but and it really was, especially since the world has changed so much. But yeah, so I'm real excited about that. I got 2 new chapters. I still got to write them, but that's going to happen very soon. I've worked out some ideas and things. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm going to do. And yes, and I have marketing plans. Awesome. I would love to hear that. And I'm real excited. At least it's not a gerbil. Okay. But anyway, so that's exciting. Everybody, if you want me to celebrate something for you, just let me know, and I will announce it whenever I do these. All right, because I love celebrating things for you guys. I'm really, I just, it's so awesome. So if you've got something you want to shout out, if you're in the chat and you want to shout out, I'll shout it out. No problem. Anyway, so Heidi Angel, I mentioned earlier, and to Miss Courtney Cannon, I have a formal apology to issue because I have found, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I really, yeah, I'm stalling. Yes, I will get those more axes. Hey, come on. The cattle prad's not good enough. I got to get hit with an axe now? Come on, that's a little drastic. Look, well, Katie's throwing it, so I don't have to worry about it. She could be right next to me, and it'll go right past me. So I'm too worried about that. Uh, you know, so maybe I do want the axe then. Yeah, because the cattle prod doesn't miss. But you know, but Katie, I'm not so sure about. Anyway, uh, yes, I'm about to say this. I can't believe it. I found really, really good. You don't hit the target. Come on. Yeah, I saw the video. You were literally throwing at a thing that was as big as a tree. I mean, you hit the broadside of a barn, basically. Congratulations. With a big, big, big blade, by the way. Yeah, so yeah, you're bound to hit something, right? Uh, anyway, I found a good use for Goodreads. I have actually come to really engage it and utilize it. And it's been effective and it's been helpful. I can't believe it. As antiquated and as terrible as this website is, I mean, come on. This thing looks like it was built in AOL days and has never changed in the time that I've used it. But holy crap, the groups and the yeah, you're going to need to trank me to get me to get hit by something. Anyway, I'm watching the chat as I'm talking about this because, again, I'm stalling. But Courtney Cannon, Heidi Angel, you were right. Goodreads is good. There is some use for it, and I decided to do this and look into it more when Heidi called me out a little bit and said, "You just haven't explored it enough." And so she was right. I didn't give it a chance. I didn't give it a shot because I just can't stand being on the website. I mean, it's just like it's a terrible website. I mean, I could build a better HTML website. I really could. And I'm not proficient at all. You've seen my website, you know. And I built that thing. So that just gives you an idea of how not so great I am at it. But holy crap, man. I went to some groups. I did some like target audience kind of stuff with some of the stuff that I put out. I even did some writing stuff there with some groups. I joined a crime group and talked about my time with Germany and all this things, and it paid off. I mean, I've gained subscribers on the YouTube channel. I've gained likes on the Facebook page. I've gained views on videos that, hadn't, caught fire, and it's really worked. Again, you leave these platforms and because they don't work for you. Like I told you, I'm as guilty as everybody else. I do it too. And it is amazing what the benefit of this site has given me. I'm really impressed, actually. I was really blown away. So, Courtney, Heidi, congratulations. Well, you already knew how good it was. So, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's still Goodreads, right? And it's still run by fucking Amazon. So, but I am seeing, and there's still craziness on it. I mean, these bots that decide that they're going to downgrade any book that gets 5 stars on every review is just a stupid, stupid thing that Goodreads won't take care of. And, there are some things that I'm still going to soapbox about with you, Goodreads. That fucking website needs to change. Come on. You're run by goddamn Amazon. You're a partner of Amazon. Amazon hasn't looked at that and gone, did a child build this? Really? Was this built in 1983? Because it looks like it, and it looks like it hasn't changed since 1983. But I guess if you build it, they will come, and what works works, right? If it works, why mess with it? And it works. I'm here to tell you, I've seen some growth, I've seen some benefit, and oh, Joe insulted my own honor. Same old fry. Oh, jeez, wow. Oh, look at you got JD to just eat that up. And he still hasn't gotten me the last two chapters, so he's in serious trouble. Come on, you know what the deadline is. I'm not. I'm well within the deadline. Stop it. Take that cow prod back. Pet Joe, LOL. Don't worry, JD. I'm gonna pay for it. So uh, I'm not. I'm not too. Oh, and I got him to talk about having sex with the. No, you did not. That's so wrong. Cattle prodding. Yep. Yep. Hey, by the way, let me give a shout out. I'm gonna give another shout out real quick. JD Estrada, March of the Writers. It's been a lot of fun. I have slacked off the last few days. I have not done them. There was a couple I wasn't gonna do anyway. I already knew I wasn't gonna do them, but there's a couple that there's one I actually have something designed for it, but it's not working. It's not letting me do it the way I want to do it. So I have to figure that out. And by the time I figure that out, it will be 20 days past. But I did this thing where I did like three different mediums and three different medias and tried to make it all come together on. But for some reason, Twitter doesn't like the way that I did that, and Facebook definitely doesn't like the way I did that. So in Instagram also, because Instagram has rules about videos that I just think are ridiculous. And I used to complain the opposite way, and now I'm complaining the way that they do it now. So they've never won me over. But I had this idea. I did one of the days in audio, I did one of the days in video, and then I did a photo for the other days for another day. And I was going to put them all together, but obviously it's not working. So I'll probably just release them one at a time, and that will just confuse the hell out of everybody. But it wasn't my intention. I wanted to do something really cool with it, and I think I've done some really cool stuff with it. I've had a lot of fun creating, and uh, I just think if you need some creative juice, if you need some energy, March of the Writers is still going on. I mean, it just started really. There's still 20 more prompts to go. And there's some really fun ones ahead. I'm really looking forward to a lot of them. So if you don't know what March of the Writers is, all you have to do is go to Twitter and or Instagram or even Facebook. I've been using the hashtag on Facebook. You'll find my posts there. If you do hashtag March of the Writers or hashtag MOTW, you'll get to see all the prompts. JD laid them all out in 30 days. Each day has a different prompt. You just got to do it, put it out there. You don't have to be uber creative. I mean, you're welcome to, but it's cool. It's a lot of fun, but if you just follow the prompt and do something with the prompt, that's as creative as you need to get. I mean, we've seen the gamut, and they've all been great. I've just really enjoyed getting to know. I've got a couple new friends from it. I'm real excited about that. Yeah, a couple friends who hopefully will teach me some Spanish. I'm really, really excited about that, and I'm learning a lot of Spanish just watching JD. I've told him this before, and of course he tells me that's not the way to learn Spanish. But hey, look, I'm going to learn it my way, okay? And so, yeah, my goal is to learn Spanish. By the way, my goal is to grow in any way I can. I'll learn German. I'll learn everything I can. I want to be that sponge. It's my time. My time is now, and I'm going to take advantage of it. And I'm going to go. I'm going for it. I'm full throttle. It's time. It's been past time. I have lingered for 12 years and let 12 years of my life go away. And I don't regret a single moment of it. I had some fun times amongst the bad times. I've had some ups and downs. I've had some real downs. I've had some real ups. I've had some in-betweens. I've had some melancholy, all of that. That's life. That's the way life goes. But now's my time, and I am going to embrace every fucking second of it. And uh, I am going for it. So we've reached the hour mark. I've made it with an hour. I don't know how. But thank you so much to everybody for being here. And chat was lively. And yeah, go practice. Now you can go practice, Katie, because you haven't scared me enough yet. So come on, bring it on. All right. With that being said, I'm going for it. You should go for it too. Let's go for it together. You know, and let's make it happen. Do the March of the Riders. Go get your fame. Go make your goals happen. Put your goals out there in the universe. Let's hear them. Hey, if you need me to shout them out, I'm here. I'm ready to do it. I'd be happy to. I'm ready for it. So, uh, Julia asked me to do something for her yesterday because she's aiming a goal. I did it. I have no shame. I have no. Well, that wasn't shameful. That was a lot of fun actually to do that. But what I'm saying is, look, you need something done. I'm your guy. I'm going for it. Take advantage of it right now because, you know, I'm not going to tell you to go fuck yourself. Well, maybe I will. After a while, I might. But right now, I'm not. So if you don't take advantage of that, then I don't know what you're waiting for. That being said, guess what? It's always time to go indie now, and we'll see you on Sunday. I got a genre season 2 starting tomorrow. I'll have try to get the video out tomorrow, but it's probably going to be very late. I've had a snafu, and actually I may not actually. Now I say that I may wait on that one because I have been kind of fighting this for a while, but it's time to upgrade my video software, and so I'm gonna have to learn a new video software, and that's why I was so late today. I was playing with it to try and get my intro done. Probably not a good idea 10 minutes before the show to start a new video software learning curve to try and get something to show for tonight. But what were both of your requests? I don't even know. Hey, can you get me more TikTok followers? I can. I don't know if you really want those kind of TikTok followers. I can try. We can try. We can do something. You got a duet or a stitch you want to do? I'm in. Get in touch with me. We'll do it. I didn't see any of your requests. I'm sorry. I apologize. And actually, we interacted on TikTok just today. So, but anyway, that being said, here, nah, I won't do it. Yeah, I will. Here's the intro.
You're doing great.
The only true currency in this bankrupt world is what you share with someone else when you're uncool.
Story I was told by a very prominent, you could say famous director once. Person to person, he told me this story, and it was very interesting, and it was something that he remembered about his brother who just passed away. And he had said that, a lot of people have said that fame killed him, that fame was the reason why he did the things he did, and he fell down the holes he fell down, and then, of course, passed away tragically because he couldn't handle it anymore. And this director looked me straight in the face and he said, "That's bullshit."
Nothing killed him but himself. His lack of being able to handle things was brought on because he had problems and issues, well documented problems and issues that couldn't keep him alive. He was headed in that direction all the time. Um, this director told me that it was inevitable that it would happen, but still, of course, he never wanted it to happen. They tried. They tried very hard to save him and help him, and sometimes people just can't be helped and people can't be saved. But he did say one thing prominent in talking about all this as well. And he said that, when fame came about, it wasn't because it was something that just happened, or it wasn't something that was happenstance, or it wasn't something that was directed from one person to another. Fame came about for this man because he worked his ass off to get there. And he decided to do the things you need to do to get that status. And in doing that, that's what brought him fame, not knowing the right people or having the right moment and time. It was putting in the work and then reaping the benefits of the reward, because after putting in the work where to take that work or take that idea or take that momentum and foster it into fame. And so, there are people who just become famous or are born famous, but this was not the case for this particular person. And so it was very interesting, and I thought tonight we would talk a little bit about the idea of chasing fame and chasing, glory instead, or obtaining goals. We've been talking about goals a lot on our shows recently, and I think that this will culminate and finish that topic off tonight with
We are going to.
getting a little twitchy as usual. That being said,
You thought it was done. You thought you left. Some of you left. I saw some of you left. Well, bonus coverage to those who stayed. Welcome to the after show, the after Joe Gets Twitchy, which is probably really weird to see. But yes, I am back because I have something else to tell you. Something else I'm really, really excited to tell you, actually. Something that really is near and dear to my heart and my soul. And I I was so overcome. My emotions were, I didn't want my emotions to just like spill out because I was afraid that they might, because this is so incredible. But my publisher, Three Furious Press, they've been around now. Was it 2 or 3 years? I don't even know, but they're celebrating. They're celebrating their birthday. That's really awesome. Or their birth anniversary, their birthday anniversary. These ladies, and it's International Women's Day. How could I have not mentioned this earlier? On me. I mean, this is a fully run company. The heads of it are run by women, and extraordinary women on top of that. Just powerhouses and so brilliant. And 2 years ago, they had this idea. They went for it, and they didn't stop. They just powered through, and they've done so much great stuff. You can get my book, We the Moral Majority, there. Although I noticed it wasn't that discounted, but that's another thing for another day. And all my Go Indie Now swag. You like this shirt? You can get it. Go get it right now. Go Indie Now. We have the store up on 3furiouspress.com. It's awesome. 3Furious Press is awesome. They're running some incredible. They're not my book, but there are some really really great books that are discounted heavily that I think you need to go get. I mean, like right now, you need to go get them. Put $20 down and get some books, some ebooks. They're doing an ebook sale. It's fantastic. Some of this stuff is just amazing, amazing writing. Hey, a couple of them that were published by 3Furious Press made my top 5 list. If you didn't miss that, you shouldn't have, but you did. If you did, you might want to go back into our video archive on Facebook and watch the top 5 because there was a couple 3Furious Press books in there, and then go get those books at 3furiouspress.com. I love my publisher, even when they cattle prod me, and even when they forced me to say this. No, they didn't force me to say that. They didn't force me to say this. I'm just kidding. That's the last part. I'm just kidding. No, I really do. I'm really lucky. Their passion and their amazing, just their willingness to work with you and to put out the product that they put out it's absolutely worth every moment of my. I've just really enjoyed it, and I'm so proud to say I'm part of that group and among the authors that are there who are just brilliant. I mean, there are some really really incredible writing, incredible people behind it, and so happy birthday to 3Furious Press. And now I'm going away. So remember, that's always time to go indie now. And thanks for sticking around. Hey, you guys were smart. You stuck around for the bonus feature, the Easter egg, if I might say so myself. Huh, JD? Easter egg? Easter egg? Yeah. All right. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.